Welcome, tribe, and welcome, potential tribe members. I'm not really sure what we finna do today, but what I can tell you is that I'm an intuitive reader, so my message may be different than the card definition, okay? Take what's for you, leave the rest for who it's for, and listen with discernment, I guess. I love y'all, and thank y'all for all the support and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We're a community over here, and just like they say, it takes a community to raise a child. I don't know why they having me tell you that, but we all got an inner child, so I don't know. I guess let this nourish us from the root to the crown and beyond, okay? I love y'all. I don't know, they brought my hands here to my Brutally Honest deck, so let's clear out any negative energy. Got to go, okay? Good vibes only over here. Why do I have these cards, Divine? What we doing here? What we doing here? What we talking about? There was a big energy shift, I tell you that much. First, okay. A closed mouth should shut up. You doing too much. Just chill. That's very interesting. What is this? Doubt creates fear. Fear creates lack. Lack creates nothing. Positivity creates positives. Your business is your business, so keep that shit to yourself. Interesting. Okay, so for some of y'all, trigger warning. Why are you showing me these? A closed mouth should shut up. What this card means is that if you're not actively co-creating in your experience, then you should shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? If it's that energy of if you don't vote, then when it's time to count the votes, you can't have nothing to say, right? You're doing too much, just chill. This is the Eight of Pentacles. I feel this energy where some of you are working really hard towards a goal, but you're not actually keeping it true to self. It's this energy where they're bringing me to doubt creates fear. Fear creates lack. Lack creates nothing. Positivity creates positives. Five of Cups energy here. Knight of Swords energy here. I think that some of you have to, they're bringing me over here, your business is your business, so keep that shit to yourself. I feel like a lot of you who this reading is for are allowing life, people, friends, family, signs and synchronicities, misinterpretations, readers, so many distractions. I feel like you're slowly, maybe even unconsciously giving over your control of what it is that is, it's like you're trying to create something from your heart space, but it's clouded because there's too many external influences. There's too many external factors. And with this closed mouth should shut up, I feel this energy where if you're not speaking up for yourself, if you're not taking back your control, if you're allowing external factors to kind of manipulate what you see for yourself, what you're creating for yourself, what you're aligning to for yourself, then you're going to end up somewhere that you were never intending on going. Or you're going to create something that is the image of someone else. You know what I mean? That is the idea or the desire of external factors. It's this energy of you have to be honed in on what it is that it's like your vision. Don't let your vision become distorted by other people's opinions, ideas, actions, intentions, thoughts, emotions, uh, 2 cent, right? We said before in readings months ago that energy of, what did they channel? They said, I want to say it the right way. Something like don't buy someone's hopes and sell your dreams, or something like that. Don't don't let life take your dreams and give you its hopes. Okay, stay true to who you are. Stay true to what you're envisioning for yourself. It's a heavy influence of seeking outside of yourself for what you need to find within yourself or pull from within yourself. It's a very strong influence on readers. Someone here is watching too many readings and it's sending you in too many different directions. The divine is saying, if you are not certain, if your blueprint is not already created, then you can end up going astray. You know what I mean? Building the dream of someone else rather than your own, just simply because you did not have a point of reference. It's this energy of you have to be certain of what you're doing, what you desire, with the openness for the divine to further transform. Not just divine people, you know, divine situations or scenarios or events or synchronicities, but the actual divine. There's something here about the lightness of being when you're truly working with the divine. It's this energy of when you're working with the divine, you'll feel it, because you will feel like nothing is manipulating you. Nothing is manipulating your desires, which is what? You know, already yours. A lot of you with this keep your business to yourself. Basically, it's this energy of, if you want your vision to be your vision, keep that shit to yourself. So that people aren't telling you, well, that's cool, but you can do it this way and that'll be better. Then what? Now you sitting there thinking, okay, well, maybe that make a little sense. No. The way that it's brought to you is the way it's supposed to go down. That's why it was brought to you. If the divine wanted it to go down a different way, they would have brought it to someone else, because people think, feel, and do things differently. You have to remember your individuality. You have to remember your uniqueness. If you have been guided to bring something into fruition or to do something, however this resonates with you, then that was with strong reason. You are unique. Therefore, the way that you do things are not going to be the way that others would. This is why it's so important for you to stay strong. I heard steadfast to your projects, your endeavors, your ideas, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your vibration, your alignment. You see what I'm saying? It's just this overwhelming energy of, it's been brought to you specifically for a reason, because you are the person that can carry out, I heard execute, this plan in divine order. It's this energy of, you cannot delegate this. You're going to know what this is because it's going to come to your mind when you're hearing this. You know what I mean? This is why we're not going in depth into what this actually is, because it's different for everyone. Therefore, the message is simply stay strong to your vision. Hold on to what it is you are bringing into fruition, because it's always been that way. I'm hearing by Bryson Tiller. I'm hearing prophecy. Like, I like it. Is there anything else we need to know here? Look at that. It won't even go in. That's crazy. I mean, seriously. That's crazy. Let's try it a different way. Some of you guys, I mean, it's that energy again of do not conform. Do not be like the rest. Do not mix and mingle with the wrong folks. The wrong energies, the wrong entities, the wrong ideas, the wrong emotions, the wrong vibrations, the wrong environments, the wrong ways of thinking, the wrong period. If it don't resonate with you on a soul level and you questioning yourself, you're either questioning yourself because of external factors or because of internal factors. External factors don't fucking matter. Internal factors matter. Okay? If it's not resonating with you internally, then you need to evaluate that shit. If it's not resonating with those around you, then pay attention to the consciousness levels, because as we often say here, people will only understand to their level of consciousness, no matter how you explain it, no matter how many different ways you put it in analogies or give examples. It's just people only understand what's for them. And this shit is not for everybody. I don't know. Doubt creates fear. Fear creates lack. Lack creates nothing. Positivity creates more positives. More and more and more. What do we need to know here? They're bringing me to closed mouths to shut the fuck up. Knight of Swords. If you're not speaking your truth, honoring your truth, delivering, it's this energy of conveying yourself genuinely. Conveying yourself the way that, it's like this energy of, if you think it one way, speak it that way. Don't sugarcoat shit for people in your experience. If you think it this way, speak it that way. Because your thoughts come from somewhere. And sometimes your very thought was channeled by the divine. And you trying to dilute that shit will not give you the outcome you are meant to have. Co-creator. Free will is a motherfucker. The Empress. The Empress absolutely brings from within the mother or feminine energy of creation. You know, the Magician, they're bringing me to the fact that the Magician, a lot of people think that the Magician is this master creator. And that's not really true. The master creator is the Empress. The Magician manipulates external energies with his internal power. Right? But the Empress controls the internal energies, thus for shifting, creating, rearranging, changing things externally. The Empress is all about within to without. The Magician is often about all of it. You know what I mean? External, internal. You know what I mean? It's typically an outward action. Right? The Magician is manipulating shit with the different tools of life. Right? It's kind of hard to explain the way that they're bringing it to me. King of Swords, you know, King of Swords, I often say with the King of Swords, the best way to predict the future is to create it. The King of Swords is logical enough to understand that if he wants a future a certain way, he's going to have to do what it takes to make it that way. You don't just sit around and predict it. It takes fucking action. Dedication. Staying true to yourself. You know, one thing about the King of Swords is, if you don't like what the King of Swords is doing, the King of Swords will tell you, well, go shit on yourself, because I don't give a fuck. Right? I never say that. The King of Swords does what is best for his future, with little to no regard for the way another motherfucker feel about it. Because the King of Swords knows that in this physical space, it takes... King of Swords typically has one sword. It takes that single-minded, that tunnel vision, okay? King of Pentacles right behind him. There's that action in the physical space. One thing about the kings, though, that I read differently than the queens, I feel, in the way that I read, the queens are more likely to get off the throne than the kings. The kings have already hit a certain status where they're more so the people in the office, being brought the paperwork, being told about the deals, making the big wig calls, doing all the shit that's up here, right? The queens is often, right up there with them, but the queen is the one that's getting from behind the desk, going out into the cubicles, making sure everybody doing what the fuck they supposed to do, right? That motherly energy, that overseeing energy, right? But one thing about the Empress is the embodiment of all the queens. So we have the Empress and two kings here. I feel like when it comes to your masculine energy, we're masculine and feminine energy, all of us. So I feel like when it comes to your masculine energy, the way that you're handling the business, the top tier business aspect of it, right? The contracts, the research, the phone calls, the actions, that's top notch shit, right? When it comes to your masculine energy, allow your masculine energy to take charge and the important shit, right? When it comes to your feminine energy, we don't necessarily have queens, so it's not about getting off the throne and doing all this shit to bring something into creation. It's more about, when it comes to your feminine energy, it's more about holding that vision within and vibrationally aligning with it within, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically aligning with it. Thus, for the creation has no choice but to come out into reality. Right? When it comes to this feminine and masculine energy, we know that feminine naturally resonates in the upper chakras, in the spiritual aspect of life, and the masculine energy naturally resonates in the lower chakras, in the physical aspect of life, right? It's this duality I'm seeing. But with the Knight of Swords here, closed mouths should shut the fuck up. On one end, especially with your business is your business, so keep that shit to yourself. It's like on one end, it's very suggestive of being mindful. Mindful, especially with the King of Swords, physical space. Be mindful of what you're telling people about Eight of Pentacles, what you're doing, what you're creating, what you're aligning to, what you're manifesting. The big boss dog, it's like that Joe Buttons. I only tell you what I want you to know. I only show you what I want you to see. Everybody is not privy to what the king and the queens are doing behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, right? Be mindful. Be mindful. Both of these are physical space. Both of these kings. Pentacle and sword is the physical realm, right? It's again further validating. Look at that, 9 of Pentacles. It's further validating. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. To get to that abundant, successful status, or to maintain that, you have to be independent. 18 on the clock. Again, there's something very, very important of shh. I only tell you what I want you to know. You only see what I want you to see. For some of you, it's people, once you tell them something, they telling somebody else. That telephone shit, right? By the time it get from out of the horse's mouth around the barn, it's not what the fuck the horse said to begin with. For some of you, people, for example, you start in a spiritual-based business, right? Now, by the time it get to the end of the line, you a full-blown witch and you practicing spells and black magic. Whole time you over here like, no, I'm simply using the laws of life. I'm not fucking dabbling in black magic and stupid shit, fucking over my soul or my experience, right? You see what I'm saying? It's this energy of, no, I've simply learned how to work with life. King of Pentacles, King of Sword, life, physical space, right? And I've learned how to embody spirituality. Empress, not just act out, but embody. It has to be the embodiment of spirituality in order to bring something from spirit through self into the physical space. Everything starts in spirit. Everything ends and continues in spirit, right? Everything that was, is, and will be is still simultaneously existing in spirit. Energy cannot be destroyed, right? Only transformed, changed, recreated, and manipulated. Okay. What we doing here with this doing too much? Just chill. Some of y'all are doing too much. We have to remember that in co-creation, it's co-creation. That co means effortlessness. That creator means effort. Effortlessness and effort. And they're bringing me to this energy of it needs to start with effortlessness rather than effort into effortlessness. It starts with faith. Faith is effortless. So you have to envision, back to that energy of if it's going to come out of you, it has to first be born within you. Meaning you have to fucking believe in yourself. You have to believe in your own projects, your own alignment, your own manifestations. Fuck the people outside of you. Fuck looking for signs and synchronicities for everything. Fuck looking up a reader every other day. At the end of the day, unless you got one of these readers living inside of you, they're never going to be able to give you all of the information you need. Trust the process. And more importantly, trust yourself and the divine within yourself. If it's not coming out of you, it's not going to be yours. Period. It's this energy undertone of if it's given, it can be taken away. If it's created, it's mine. I own the rights to this shit. You see what I'm saying? For some of you, you may be trying to start a business and you're looking for a fucking handout. I just need some help, divine. And the divine is saying, we've given you help by giving you knowledge, by giving you wisdom. Like one of the cards in this deck, the best source of wealth is wisdom. The divine is telling you if we give you, it's that energy of, I can give you the fish or I can teach you how to fish. You can eat once or you can eat forever. Some of y'all too busy trying to figure out who gonna give you the fish. When the divine is telling you you're doing too fucking much, just chill. We're trying to teach you how to fish. Internal lessons, right? Learning. Adapting, connecting to wisdom, authority, power, dimension, right? We're trying to give you the shit you need to not only catch the fish for yourself, but catch the fish for those around you. 8 of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Ace of Wands. All I'm hearing right here is facts. Facts, truth. Wand. Wands are internal. It's the spiritual space. You don't create from the wand. You align with the wand. You create from the heart. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it comes the manifestations of your experience. I really feel this energy of when it comes to what the divine is guiding you to do, you have to move in your divinity. You have to operate, think, her mannerisms specifically. For some of you, it's the shapeshifter energy of you're divine when you need to be, you're worldly when you need to be, and the divine is telling you you never need to be worldly, only able to operate in the world. To operate in something doesn't mean you have to become it. It's that energy of if you can't beat them, join them. The divine is saying, stop fucking joining them or you're going to lose with them every time. Ace of Sword. If you're going to, when it comes to this physical space shit, you need to be one. That's an ace. That's personal. I believe aces are co-creation with the divine specifically. It's typically something extended from the heavens above. Something new to you. 9-9. This is not what we're doing today. When it's serious, here she come. You have to be one. You have to be one. You have to be confident. In the way that you align, in the way that you take action, in the way that you surrender to effortlessness, in the way that you communicate with others, in the way that you communicate with the divine. Just fucking chill. Don't do too much. Do what feels right. Do what feels organic. Do what feels natural. Do what you feel genuinely guided to do. Even if you feel like, oh, some of you I just heard, you feel like you're going to sabotage certain opportunities or business deals or working with certain people if you really act in your authenticity. And the divine is saying, if you truly begin to act in your authenticity and people fall away, then that is doing nothing more than opening up the room for the right, tangible experiences. People, places, things, blessings, opportunities. When you begin to see people fall away from your experience, you have to be mindful of making room. The divine will always make room when your blessings are about to hit. So be mindful of the things that are falling away. And oftentimes, they're telling me, oftentimes the things that begin to fall away are in the area in which your blessing is about to hit. If you got jobs falling away, right? If you got more and more expenses, right? Divine is telling you, be faithful. Have faith in your area of finances. Because we're teaching you how to have gratitude. If you don't have gratitude for the $5, then how are you going to know how to handle, control, and manage $5,000, right? It's this energy of, if you go from $5 to $5,000, you're going to start buying all the shit that you always wanted, right? You're going to start doing what you, and you know, it's still small money to some people, but you get what I'm saying. It's this energy of, if we didn't show you how important it is to be financially wise and stable, to save for rainy days, then you done went ahead and blew that. It's that energy of accept, appreciate your blessings, or you will not see that same blessing again. For some of you, if you had any lack in any department, know that you have a blessing coming in that very same arena. Nyla, you're irritating me at this point. I love you too, lady, but Jesus. Let's get something here on doubt creates fear, fear creates lack. I'm just going to let her do her thing because whenever she shows up, it's typically in a general reading and it's to give you guys some sort of energy message or something. You know, the lovers. Doubt creates lack. Lack creates, doubt creates fear. Fear creates lack. Lack creates nothing. This is a decision from the heart. This is a decision from the heart. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it comes the manifestations of your experience. 5 of Cups to the 6 major arcana of the lovers. 5 to the 6 is already progressive. We have 4, 5, 6 here. Make choices from your heart is what it says. She's upsetting me. I feel this energy here with she literally never does this, and she's upsetting me at this point. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I mean, love shit is always annoying, though, so I guess you can't really just... I get it. Okay. Gotta be able to control yourself, conduct yourself properly in the midst of irritation. Oh, okay. It's just like that energy we was talking about before. When other people don't get it, or other people begin to cause problems, this, and that, you gotta remember that oneness, right? Sword, physical space. Irritation lives in the mind. When you get irritated, frustrated, things don't look like they're going your way, when things begin to get chaotic, when people begin to fuck up shit that you got going for yourself, different things like that. Distractions come, shit like that. Archangel Michael, can you chop away the bullshit on the spiritual end as I chop away the bullshit on the physical end? And may we continue on in total harmony with self, masculine, feminine energy. Making the decision to return back to my heart center so that everything, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it comes the manifestation of your experience. I'm just going to go ahead and lead on the choir on that one. Okay? Because they're pulling me back to that energy of, in the beginning, life around you. It's this energy of lower vibration. Lower vibration. It's like they're showing me this. They're showing me this ice tray. You know how when the ice tray, you take it out the freezer, you can turn it upside down, nothing's going to fall out. It's fixed. They're bringing me to like this fixed sign energy. But when you begin to put it under stress, right, it loosens the fuck up. Hard times loosen you up is what they're bringing me to. They put you in this mutable, right? Mutable. And then what? Then you go to the cardinal. And the motherfucker's sliding out. It's this energy of embodiment of all of the aspects of you. We have different signs in our chart. Therefore, we have the fixed, we have the mutable, we have the cardinal. Fixed, you fixed on shit. You have the tendency to King of Swords, right? Mutable. You have the energy of, they're bringing me to the Lovers. Choice, decision, change, right? And this cardinal energy of everything we have. Initiative. Go get her. Queen of Pentacles. Go get her. It's funny because I try to say go get her, but the first time I said like go get her. It's this energy of, there's the feminine energy. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I really feel this is you. I feel like this is you. The masculine, feminine energy we just talked about. I feel this energy where when it comes to pressing on, positives create positives. I feel this heavy, important energy. They're bringing me to clear audience, clear hearing, Ace of Pentacles. Behind the scenes, on the stage, both. They really don't want you to delegate the important aspects of whatever it is you're bringing into fruition. Whatever it is you're aligning to, whatever you bust your ass for. Knight of Pentacles. Time, dedication, cross your T's, dotting your I's. Protecting your investments. Whatever this is, I feel this energy of slow down. Slow down. Knight of Pentacles, slow down. Seven of Cups, get clear, get certain. Knight of Cups, before you take action from the heart, clear your heart. Eight of Cups, it brings us to 7 and 1, which is 8 of Cups. They want you to make room in your heart here. Lovers, they want you to make room for your heart. I feel this, Lovers, as the physical representation of what it is you're bringing out of your heart. I feel this is the creation from the heart coming into the physical space. King and Queen of Pentacles. You are the boss. You are the CEO. You are the head runner. You are the head honcho. You are the driving force, the captain, whatever. You know, you are the one in control of this. And I really feel like the divine is telling you, as you begin to see your manifestations, as you begin to elevate, as you begin to hit a certain pinnacle, no pun intended, King and Queen of Pentacles, as you begin to do that, do not become deceived around you. You have to stay in your authenticity. You have to continue to operate out of spirit. You have to continue to stay the course diligently. 9, very much so independent. Fool. Trust spirit and take all of the necessary actions to get you where you need to be. 3 of Wands want to be seen, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. Your life is becoming exactly what you envisioned it, and even more so. Wow. Your life is becoming what your higher self, your true soul envisioned, not even your conscious soul, your conscious self. This new chapter, this new experience, this new life, Hierophant, this new you, this new reality, this is the embodiment and the envision of what your soul has been pulling you towards. This is not what you foreseeing consciously. This is beyond your wildest dreams. I love y'all. We're going to do some more readings. Y'all have a great one. Support each other, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff.